Let's get ready to rumble!
What's up, guys? Today we're just going to talk about something that's going on right now. It's happening on YouTube. We consider it YouTube drama. And I myself, when I see these things, I'm just like, yeah, it's really dumb. It all started with this whole thing that's being these videos from like these huge famous YouTubers. You probably know them. Like I think PDC, I don't even remember, Matthew Santoro and some other guy. So I see their videos always on my newsfeed. I don't know. I don't watch these YouTubers who, you know, they in many of the videos they just cause lots of drama. And so I see this YouTube channel. It's like one of the funniest ones I watch. Probably my favorite. Grade A Under A, and he's basically underlining of how like the drama that they're causing and all that stuff, and how some of the videos, one of them talks about how like YouTube is changing. They just don't even talk in depth. They don't explain it. I think the video has been viewed like almost more than 1 million. Still, it doesn't even talk about how YouTube is changing. Like I actually watched one. I was just like, doesn't even make sense. And so Grade A Under A was just basically throwing shades at them, explaining how pathetic it is, how immature it is. To be honest, I kind of agree because some of the YouTubers, I don't know, it's not that fun. In my opinion, I'm just new to this. I don't find many of their content funny. I was watching when Grade A Under A was putting shade to Matthew Santoro. Of course, many people probably know him. He's the guy that does like the top tens and all that stuff. And of course, you know, with the whole like drama story and the abuse with Nicole Herber. Like I actually like her. She's like one of my favorite YouTubers. And me saying it, guys will probably hate on me, but like what the heck. Some of her points are really good. But probably people will be like, well, look at the video with Dear Fat People. I actually saw the video. I was just actually questioning myself. I was just asking, like, is this even like? I know that she's gonna get lots of hate from it. But what's good that could come from this video? And then all I see is because like I follow on Instagram these people sending her messages, and I thought I'm like, oh man, this girl's gonna get so much hate and stuff like that. But no, the messages from people who are big and they're just like, I watched your video. From what I am, I'm realizing I need to work out, I need to better myself and stuff like that. And you see these results coming from like 2 months after like the whole video and stuff like that, and I'm just like, wow, like these people, like they were this and now they're this. Like they look healthy, they look energetic, and they look like thin and stuff like that. And I'm not saying, oh, like, you know, it's bad to being fat and stuff like that. But no, the thing is that with being fat, you know, you have more risk and like high blood pressure, and you know, you can cause anything, you can get anything more easy, as well as being anorexic. I myself, watching that video, the Dear Fat People, I didn't really get offended, but I kind of basically offended myself to realize that, you know what, I need to work on myself, and I actually need to work out. I need to be healthy. I took that video and it motivated me for me to actually work out, and I'm trying, and I'm not seeing results, but it's getting there, And so when I see these people sending these messages to her how like they're getting better because of the video, you know, I'm like, yo, so okay, this is a pretty good video. But some people didn't understand it. They think she's always antagonizing it, but I don't think that was her intention, because she's actually a really cool girl. Just being real is that by her video, it actually has motivated me to just make more videos, you know. I appreciate girls like Nicole Herber and Grade A Under A, and like, I know there's so many like comic ones. I just really love them. And so Grade A Under A was just speaking about Matthew Santoro and how he's saying how he was plagiarizing. So of course I saw some of his videos of the top 10s and stuff like that, and I realized, I'm like, yo, this actually looks really familiar. Sometimes I'm really bored and I just like to type out stuff like top 10 this, top 10 that, and like I saw some of the articles. I'm like, yo, this is actually, it's similar, but I guess, I don't know, maybe he credit them, or I don't know. But then when I see from what Grade A Under A was explaining, I'm like, yo, this is actually like for real. This is actually the same thing. Like, I didn't know it was like plagiarizing. And from what I learned in school, you know, plagiarizing is a huge thing. Is if you copy someone's work and if you don't put any credit to them, credit to the author, to the writer, you know, it's plagiarism. And you know, you're making money out of a work that someone else did. They should be the one that's making money. They should at least get half if you credit them. Well, I don't know, man. But I saw that. I'm like, yo, that's not. I see this Matthew Santoro guy, and you know, I see that he always causes drama and stuff like that. So when the whole Nicole thing came, this girl who like I teach, she sent me a video on saying, oh, this is really emotional. I was watching his video about the abuse, and I'm like, okay, Oh wow, okay. I'm a very sympathetic guy. People who know me know I'm like a very emotional, very sensitive guy. And I was watching his video and I was just like, and this is like before like this whole like YouTube drama happened. Like I didn't even know about the whole abuse thing. I was just watching it because like she told me to watch it, and I couldn't even finish. And I see all these comments saying, "Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, it's that girl Nicole who was your ex-girlfriend." Isn't that stupid? Isn't it stupid to think, oh, because she abused you, we need to kill her? Write comments to her videos and saying, "Go kill yourself." Okay, it's assumed that she did something bad, but now you think you're better because you're saying stuff like that to her, like you're threatening her. Like, who are you to say that stuff? I guess if that's what you believe, if you believe that, you should say that just because it's assumed that she did something to them, I guess that's how it is. But that's unfortunate of society and what people think, So I saw his video, and to be honest, I didn't feel really like sympathetic towards him. I just don't know why. I'm actually a victim of abuse. Well, not really sexual. Well, I was molested. I was molested back in elementary school. I thought this was just a game that some of these kids were doing, but case in point, I felt very uncomfortable and I didn't want to say nothing because my mom used to tell me, "Oh, if a teacher, if an adult touched you, tell me." Da, da, da. I was always hearing teacher, but there are videos there. If you guys need to just see some videos, you see videos of people explaining how a victim can be victimized by anyone. It doesn't have to be an adult. It can be a parent. It could be a cousin. It could be a family member. It could be anyone. So that's a sad thing. I went through that trauma, and I didn't really want to open up to many people because I thought it was really stupid, and people really believe me for me being molested by just kids who are just 1 year older than me, because they're like, "Oh, I don't really want to go in detail. I'll probably put that in another video." But it was just very traumatic for me. It was a very hard time for me, and it made me see things differently. And that's when I had my little rebellious stage, and maybe that wasn't the cause, it was something else. But because of that, because of this other cause, it made me be very different, made me be very insecure. And when that happened, I thought that was normal. I thought it was just weird, but I'm didn't want to say anything. And if any of you guys have been victims, it's not easy to open up. Sometimes you could just open up to a few people. But with me, to be honest, it was very hard for me at the beginning, and it really caused a lot of situations over my life, and I was very closed and very private with my life, and made me become a different person through other additional things that contribute to that trauma. And it was just very hard. I've been redeemed, I've been forgiven, I've been filled with love, and I forgive those who actually did that to me. And sometimes maybe sometimes I feel oh, I wish it didn't happen, but really I'm kind of glad it kind of did, because if it wasn't for this situation, I wouldn't be able to help those who also been victimized, who've also been in that event where they've been molested or they've been touched and stuff like that, because I've actually had to speak to these kids who went through that, and they haven't even told their parents, they haven't even told their friends, and yet they trust me, they trust the guy, because the fact that I actually opened up to them and say, I went through the same thing and I know how it is, and maybe I don't completely understand, but I'm gonna try and I'm gonna help. But this is the only way that helped me, and I believe this is the only way that it would help with you. So I know it sucks that many of you guys went through that situation, but one day you guys are going to become maybe leaders or spoken people who speak in seminars, or maybe something about motivation or strength and stuff like that, and people are going to look up to you, and someone's going to be like, "Listen, I was molested, this," and then they're going to say "What do I do?" And then you tell them, "I know how you feel because I know the exact same thing. The exact same thing happened to me, and let me tell you the solution on how to fix it." So I tell that with all the kids that I've taught that I've went through the same situation too. So it really sucks that it happened, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You do nothing about it, and because of this, I've helped many people. I prevented them from committing suicide because they felt like they were worthless after this whole event of them getting raped or getting molested and stuff like that. But that's the honest truth. So watching this video, seeing him like posting it up. First he says, I put it on private, accidentally put it on public. Can't really put it on private and put it on public, because if you have it on private, then you'd have to use your hand, go on the mouse or whatever, the pad, and click on the thing says public and put it save. Now, unless you felt really upset, you did it. That's the only way. You couldn't really like say, oh, like, you know, I fell and then it clicked and then I clicked. How's that gonna work? I was just watching the video of his abuse, and I'm like, I don't know, like I don't know if I can believe it, because it's just so hard. Because I guess like in this generation, you know, you see something like that, and then you're ought to believe and be like, yo, this is the person, this is the protagonist, and this is the antagonist, and we must antagonize the antagonist. But no, like, you know, who knows if he was actually like making stuff up, because, you know, there was a talk with Nicole and some other guys saying, you know, what was the only thing that you did to Matt? And then she's like saying how like she slapped him because he was drunk and he wanted to drive and stuff like that. Go ahead, I don't know. But you're saying, oh, like, you know, manipulating me, couldn't see your family, couldn't see your friends and stuff like that. Really? Like, I know people are gonna like disagree, saying because the whole like, you're a man, you should stand up. Like, what the heck? Why is a woman saying that to you? You know, some people would be like, hey, you know, equality. Yes, equality. And I believe that a girl should say that. You know, if a guy tells him that, and a guy should say that if a girl tells him that. Like, that's not possible. And I mean, like, seeing this whole thing with this whole plagiarism and him like actually taking the words from an article and putting it in his video, like, that's malicious. And the fact that you see these proof of her texts with him saying, you know, at least you should credit the author and stuff like that, and he's like, nah, like, what's your deal, man? You know? So that's all I can say, because I love Grade A Under, and hopefully he makes more videos about that, because I'm really tired of seeing people like actually getting famous for stuff that's not their work, but it's from other people's work. Like, I have music, like my background, and like, you know, like all the stuff that I post, I at least put a link, and where it's fun. If it's a photo that I took, then, well, it's because it's my photo, so I'm fine with that. But you guys know what I mean. Like, that's how it is. And I honestly, I don't think it's right that Matthew Santoro did this. And who knows? Let's see if he gets charged, or let's see if he loses subscribers, because he's already been losing subscribers ever since that video has circulating. So let me know your thoughts. If you guys want to say something, go ahead. If you guys want to hate, being like, no, Matthew Santoro was right, you're wrong, blah, 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 go ahead. No one knows. Who knows? This is my opinion, my suggestion. This is, yeah, my rant, I guess. I don't know. I hope you guys have a good day and take care.
It is what it is. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. I play too full to sample that dish. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. I'm handling